Welcome to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41.
The tastiest food show on the Most FM.
Most FM, and we love to talk about food, hospitality, and gardening in our beautiful Taranaki, and of course about all the people who are involved in all that, and music, because we are a radio station. We are recording our show live on a Facebook group page, which is called Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. And if you like to peek behind the scenes, please go there and look at us and look at our beautiful guest. Our guest today is Ant Bates, determined foodie, the owner of ABC Catering, Antsnacks, the lunch bar, and Antsnacks, the food truck. Yay! And our broadcasters, broadcasting videographers today are Olive Foy and Nathan Griffiths. And we are foodies and the most fan broadcasters, Michael Self and Olena Williams. Hello, Michael.
Hi there. How are you enjoying the rain? I bet our guests didn't enjoy it so much earlier, playing a bit of football.
No, it was terrible.
So, do you play football?
Yeah, I play for Inglewood.
Oh, awesome. How about we listen to the first piece of music? Michael, would you like to announce it?
Well, LAB, stars of the bowl of the only place in the world that had a decent-sized concert that night,
Yep.
and LAB and For the Love of Jane.
Thank you. It was seamless today. I'm getting better. Look, are you proud of me? Because a couple of times people who previously left this switched off, and I didn't even imagine this will be. And it was like, that was last minute. Took me 30 seconds on air, but 30 seconds on the radio is a long, long time.
Yeah,
Have you ever been doing some radio?
yeah, I did it with Helen Flipcroft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, out there.
Alexis.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous. So I feel a bit more at ease this time.
I see. It's very good hobby. This is wonderful music. It's very critical. It's good to show onion with it.
Good driving song.
Really, and also I'll fall asleep with something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm known to falling asleep well.
Behind the
Being
wheel.
in a car.
Yeah.
Because I believe that I've been rocked when I was
Yeah, for sure.
little, so any movements like that is like
Very
repetitive movements.
Yeah. My partner always sleeps when we drive somewhere.
That's funny, isn't it?
Very frustrating, huh?
Yeah, well, obviously I don't get to not drive.
So will you tell us about your music? Why do you like it? This and when will it stop playing? What sort of music do you like to drive to, Nathan?
Drive to, that's interesting. Probably, no gosh, it's just the same. It's just tropical house music all the time.
Yeah.
Tropical house.
It sounds like pop music,
I
basically.
just found a new artist
Oh, you did?
on Spotify. I only ever listen to Spotify.
Okay.
Bluetooth that everywhere in the cafe, and
Yeah.
oh, now it's moved on to something else. Slumberville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uncle.
Have you got like a preview? Yeah. I like it.
It's not super housey, but
Not really.
I've only just started listening to it.
It's sort of more on the tropical side, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Of course, we're subtropical here.
Yeah.
Beach
On
and
some
everything.
days we are, some days we are not good on.
The sky's blue, and that type of music is ideal.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Today is raining. If you are listening to us, not on Saturday afternoon, today is raining, and I felt really depressed today. So if you can cheer me up with any of your comments, I'll take any positive that you are going to throw on me. So please send us some positive comments.
Yeah, the rain today at football, like at times it felt like needles. Like being here, it was just the wind was pushing it into here, and it was just terrible. And we lost as well, so it was even worse.
I was on a roof this morning.
Oh wow! Oh wow! That's a bit dodgy.
Fixing some damage.
Yeah, yeah.
So this channel I listen to, they do covers of all sorts of popular songs, and which is great. Like Ed Sheeran, all sorts of stuff. Even of the Tropical House.
Okay.
But there's a ton of original songs that sort of sound like popular music, but that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And but they also cover like a ton of like I'll Be Watching You, and like I don't remember what that one's called. The one I'm talking about that Biggie Smalls also covered as well.
Okay.
So it's great. Like I hear all sorts.
Yeah. When you listen to it through?
Just YouTube. It's a live stream.
Cool,
Like the radio, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I've been listening to it for so long, but I still hear new stuff sometimes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hello. We are back in the studio of Taranaki Foodies with our wonderful guest, Ant Bates, determined foodie, the owner of ABC Catering, Antsnacks, the lunch bar, and Antsnacks, the food truck. So, Anthony, sorry. Can you please tell us about the song that we just listened? It was so chill.
Yeah, it's just a nice, relaxing song. I'm pretty glad I chose it on a day like this. It's just a feel-good number. It's hard to pick any LAB song. They're so hot right now. So,
are you a fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I was at the bowl. Yeah,
That's
love
awesome. So, if you'll be able to join a band, some sort of a band, with no conditions, nothing, just any choice, which band would you choose?
Daft Punk. It's not really a band, but I'm into more electronic house music. So, they've just broken up. So maybe I could be the glue and we can all get back together.
Interestingly, I listened to a lot of Daft Punk last week, simply because I was preparing for the Media Kids show that is going to happen during school holidays, and somehow not all the kids, but the kind of electronic music goes really well with the dynamics. It's a bit faster. I was trying to find little intros and little examples of how music affects humans. So I was listening to a bit of a Daft Punk, so it was quite cool. All right, so you have a very interesting journey. Your cafe, your food truck, and your catering company. How did it all start?
Well, I always wanted to be a chef. So from about 12 years old, we were at primary school. We went to high school and we did a thing called manual. We did woodwork, which the guy was just super grumpy, not fun at all. And then we did home economics, just little tasters. I just fell in love with it then. Got 4 younger brothers, always did like their themed birthday parties. And when they got to 10, it was like the haunted house theme. So it was like a really cool skull cake and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then during high school, I knew what I wanted. So did well at PE and did well at home economics. And then straight from high school to Polytech and then straight to the workplace locally for a couple of years. And then moved to Auckland for about 16 years, just trying every kind of different cooking experience I could do. Then come home to start my own business. At first it was a cafe or a restaurant, but to buy like a business like that, it's quite a large outlay. So my mother was doing a bit of catering at the time, so just was helping her, and then that grew pretty quickly. And then we got offered the lease at New Plymouth Old Boys Rugby Club rooms, and then it all just took off from there, and haven't looked back.
I remember that once I was dropping my son off at the rugby, and then I saw a girl that I knew, the lady that I knew, and she was quite an upper class lady, and I noticed that she was going with her husband to the club rooms, and I said, why do you go there? She said, oh, we're going to have a dinner there. And I was like, wow, dinner at a rugby club. And, and I asked what was special about this. She said, oh, the lamb shanks are amazing.
Oh, wow.
So I was thinking, and that's how I actually knew that you were the lender. That's the first time I've heard about you.
Mhm.
The second time I came across you was through your brother,
Yeah.
a very handsome brother.
Yeah.
And he had this cleaning the beach thing.
Yeah.
And
Right.
your whole family participated
Yeah.
and they came as well. I must admit it wasn't as easy as I expected. It was quite physical because I had to bend a lot and things like that. But we collected so much rubbish and I was so pleased with this. Why do you guys do this? Like,
Well, yeah, my brother does upcycle Taranaki, so he's just all about, you know, at the moment he's collecting bottle caps from all the different cafes and he makes little decorations. Or my idea was to get a frisbee mold, so he melts all the plastic down from the bottle caps and then uses molds for Christmas decorations. Or, you know, we're prototyping frisbees at the moment. So
oh wow.
yeah, I just, you know.
Just something to do. And I believe that your boring teacher from Woodtech wasn't Michael, because Michael,
No, it wasn't Michael.
Michael's
No.
TV producer, actor, but he's also working as a teacher sometimes.
Yeah.
How's your career as a teacher, Michael?
Well, it's a very interesting one, and I did start at Inglewood, and I'm visualising, was that particular woodwork teacher Welsh by any chance?
It was, I think it was Mr. McDonald.
Yeah.
No gossiping at the radio.
Right, yeah. No slander, but yeah, no, what I'm intrigued by is, you know, we mentioned the house truck now, or the house truck, the food truck.
Yeah.
Food trucks have undergone quite a revolution in recent days, recent years, and of course we have music festivals. We now have food truck festivals. Do you get out and about with those?
Yeah, I would like to do it more, but I get booked out with weddings quite early, so I guess I just need to liaise with the council more as to what's coming up, so I can be available for those big festivals, because they're really, really busy and it's really rewarding, like, you know, cooking that fast and that many people. So
yes. And you haven't been tempted to take a barbecue on the road, like the big barbecue sports that we see as well?
no, not now with the cafe. I'm a bit more grounded, so everything's just local. I've been asked to do a couple of weddings in Rotorua, a couple in Wanganui, but no point travelling if I can be booked out locally.
Yeah, exactly. But I am also intrigued. You're almost of a generation of totally New Zealand trained chefs. We've relied for a long while on imported chefs, you know, London City and Guilds and so on. But like a lot of New Zealanders, multi-ethnicities that we all carry.
Yeah.
What do you carry in your background?
Like I said, when I went to Auckland, I just tried to be as diverse as I could. So I did cafes, I did restaurants, I've done fine dining, I've done temp chef, did catering for Narnia and Power Rangers out in West Auckland. So I guess just doing that and working for as many different places with as many ethnicities as possible to broaden my horizons, because I have never cooked overseas, I've only cooked locally.
What about parental influences?
Well, my mum's meat and 3 veg, and my dad's mum was Cypriot and they grew up in India. So polar opposites there with those. So dad can't cook, so didn't really get any benefit out of that, but visiting different grandparents, eating a lot of different foods.
So how this works for you? So you have a cafe, you have a food truck and catering company. Normally people have one and they're quite busy, and then another is accepted as a distraction. Do you feel the same way, or is it like complemented each other?
The cafe and the catering go well together. Having the cafe centrally has picked me up more corporate clients, but the food truck's really slowed right down. I can't push it. I can't be in 3 places, but I've just hired a chef now, so I can try and achieve more. Would like to try and sort a spot for the food truck.
Wow. How did your brand evolve? Because I'm a marketing person, I'm interested in how representation of what people do work on the market. So ABC Catering, Antsnacks with a hashtag at the front. And so, and also I really like the logo of your cafe, which is like a very, very like a burger, very kind of a digitalized burger.
Yeah. So ABC Catering started, and I just created the hashtag Antsnacks to tag on all my photos on Instagram. And then I thought I would just use that branding. It just I felt it flowed well off the tongue. It used my name as well. So then, just use that for the food truck, and then thought, well, it just made sense to call the cafe that as well.
Wow. So how was the last year for you with the lockdown and other things? A lot of people complain about it. Did you learn something?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the time off, to be honest. My partner worked extremely hard for a corporate job in communication, so she worked twice as hard as normal, and I didn't work at all. So I just looked after her at home and just cooked, 3 meals a day, and just streamlined all my menus, checked all my costings, tried to source new products, and just used the time as best I could.
Now, with that house truck, that indicates that you've got a partner and everything. Romantic getaways with the food truck and cooking for her on a sunset beach.
Romantic getaways. The truck is pretty full with cooking appliances. So there's initially I wanted the bed fed with the get that sleeping bit above the cab, but I just couldn't find one at the right time. So there's no sleeping in it, but we have the romantic
But
getaways.
it is a bed fed.
Yeah, it's a bed
What
fed.
a touch of class.
Well, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, no Japanese
No,
food
it's so
trucks.
hard to drive. Like, there's no power steering. Like, it's 3 ton. I had to put a new engine in it, which wasn't expected, but I love it.
Oh, how about we listen to the second piece of music? Michael, would you like to present it to us?
Well, we have Gold by Trinix, and again, getting into that sort of house music-y, tropical house type approach.
This is just another easy listening, like mellow song. Feel good.
How's it going for you?
Good, yeah. A lot easier than last time.
Yeah, I try to make it easier for people. But it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about what you know well,
Yeah.
what you kind of can present. If you'll stand here closer to the microphone and put this behind you.
Yeah. Yep, we're out there.
Okay.
How's that?
Look close. Okay. So, are you a member of our food group? Yeah.
I always like the videos when I see them. Have a quick watch.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's awesome what you guys do.
Yes, and we get more traction.
Oh, you guys have been in some magazine lately?
Yes.
Some write-up?
Yes.
What's
I've
it
been in Taranaki Chamber of Commerce magazine recently. It was quite a good kind of recognition for us. We always talk about others because a lot of small businesses especially don't want to say that they have a PR person or a media company behind them. So we don't mind as long as our customers shine and happy. We can help lots of people, and we did, especially at the stage of setting things up because we do it very effectively and quite unique. We do some things that others don't do. Like recently, we got a requirement to set up a private radio station on the web. So the guy is going to have his own content once a week, but all the rest he's going to choose his own music.
Wow.
So it's not easy, but once it's set up, it's going to be easy. So it's going to be user-friendly. And I mean, nowadays, it doesn't really matter much whether it's digital online or a real one. So we've got some really strange. Some guy from Auckland wanted to promote a book, and we set up all the channels for him, and he issued a book. And then he stopped. Like the goal reached. Tick. That's it. Don't anymore. And I mean, there are so many other people who have their goals. And basically, social media is like a word of mouth. If your partner works in a comms, so you know the power of it, and you know how to do it in the right way. And you have a person dedicated in your business for posting and stuff. So. Do you cook with the music like that, or do you relax with the music?
No, I'm always, music's on pretty much 24/7.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be able to cook with it. I need something fast.
Yeah.
Daft Punk.
Yeah.
So that's a very mysterious band, actually. I don't think they always wear masks. And
Totally. Now no one knows what they look like or anything. They've been doing that for like 20 years.
Does that appeal to you? Is that in line with your own personality?
No, I don't think so.
You're pretty masks.
just a kid. if you disappeared a couple of days a week from your restaurant and
that'd be good.
Daft Punk got another member
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nobody quite knew who it was.
I'll have to start looking for a mask.
Nathan, you're so funny. Nathan recently took a big liking of your care, and especially after the renovation, it just became so much spacier and more welcome.
Yeah.
I believe lots of people give the same comment. It's amazing that taking count to like 19 degrees.
Yeah.
Just did such
And removing that window as well, it like frees up the heat out of the kitchen.
Did you move the window? Or the
Well, when I first moved in there was a blackboard. That was the menu, and the counters were where they used to be. And then
we are back in the studio of Taranaki Foodies and Area 41. It is Olena Williams, Michael Self, and Ann Bates, the German foodie, the owner of ABC Catering, Antsnacks, the lunch bar, and Antsnacks, the food truck. So we have some surprise in the studio today. Normally people bring us something, but today we're going to give a gift to our guests, thanking him for coming. So the gift came from my co-host and should I say a sponsor, because he's giving gifts. Michael Self.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
tell us.
You're from Inglewood. I hear a whisper that you've got a bit of a new property on the go too.
yeah.
And I grow a load of plants around on Wortley Road in Inglewood. We've got lemonwoods, we've got aki, cabbage trees. I thought we've got a lovely guest. We'll put something in for a little parcel for you to take home. And the rain that you cursed playing football today, whack them in. There's the trees that will do early fodder for the bees, early fodder for but mid-season fodder. And when you really get good at it, you can chop down some of those cabbage trees and make your own rum for that cafe.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
Can you explain about the rum? Why cabbage tree is good for the rum?
Early days of planting cabbage trees and the European settlers arrived. First of all, the aki, which has flowers that look like hops. They thought, wow, we've come to the land of milk and honey and beer. And then they started playing with the cabbage trees, and they're about 70% sugar, and looked at setting New Zealand's own sugar industry in place. And then the cheap stuff, the Holden sugar from Australia came online. We couldn't compete. But maybe in the future, hillsides of cabbage trees with their beautiful flowers, the bees pollinating them, cutting them down because they regrow again. We can be making our own rum, powering our own fleet of cars on it, and and they just grow back again and keep smiling at you. And if you do curse a leaf that's dropped down, tie it up, use it as a fire starter.
Fire starter, awesome. Can you please go through each plant, because I've noticed that there are several in your bag.
We've got the little bronze cabbage tree, and that's what we call the Wortley one, because it's came from pure seed from off our tree. And the green cabbage tree, of course, so you have a nice little contrast and that sort of fountain effect. And then the lemonwood, and a couple of our Taranaki gin people are using the lemonwoods as one of their botanicals in gins. Because when you crush it, we'll do scent on the radio, crush, and scent, and you get that lovely lemon. And then the aki, and of course, aki was what the great god of war, Ra, had his taiha made of. And it's something else that could be grown for shovel handles, knife handles in the rolling pins and everything.
Strong wood, is it? Strong wood?
And all natives, and do well in Inglewood.
Thank you so much.
So there we are. There's that little commercial there. But when you've got space in your truck, hop on out and we can load you up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. Okay, so we were talking about the ingredients for drinking and things like that. So you have your cafe and you have your catering. Do you provide alcohol?
I don't advertise it, but it's something we can do if it's wanted. But I've got a few friends that have got caravan bars, so I promote them, rather than doing it.
Okay, awesome. I, as a chef, know quite well that I go through the different stages of liking certain ingredient or technique. So what is your love of the moment?
It's not only of the moment, but it's just always been that way. Just basically anything Asian. The bright colours, the vibrant flavours, ginger, lemongrass, coriander, basil, Thai basil.
Oh,
it's just never ending. And it's quick and easy as well, like simple stir fry.
I went through the huge stage of loving lemongrass. I added it to the drinks, to the food. Thai cuisine can't be done without lemongrass and things like that. And then I went to the coffee leaves. It's like a lemon leaves. So sometimes I use lemon tree leaves instead of this. And then I kind of got off it. At the moment, it's a pineapple sage. I make drinks with it and sometimes add to salads.
Nice.
I give cutting to Michael several years ago. How are those cutting doing, Michael?
They're feeding the bees. I've got acres of them now, but a lot of those sages are, but also on those sort of botanicals, do you experiment much with some of the New Zealand natives like horopito, like kawakawa, and so on, because there's some wonderful flavours out of the bush.
Yeah, my chef and I just created a horopito dressing for some kind of special next week. So you guys will have to pop back in and see what we have in the cabinet.
Yeah, what else is with the horopito?
Well, to be fair, she made it. I'm not going to take any credit, but I've eaten it. She put it over some fries for me. I ate too many fries.
I can sense some secrets, so he's not going to tell us.
It's a beautiful heat, isn't it? It doesn't come out the other end like chili does, and it just gives you that heat, doesn't it? That's what
everyone who watches us online now can imagine it, Michael. So, right. So, do you have any events or anything that's happening in your?
Now the wedding season's coming to a close. The rugby, and I cater for my football club as well. So also catering for the women's football team in Inglewood this year. So that's good. But next week we're looking to launch the winter menu for the cafe on Wednesday. We normally do it on.
So it's happening next week, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
If I get it all sorted this weekend.
Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, let's listen to this next piece of music, which is One More Time by Daft Punk.
So put your masks on, ladies and gentlemen, as we come into this one. We don't know who you are, but we can all dance together with it. Ain't that the story there, Ant?
Yeah. It
does. Awesome. That's the end. I'm going to do a wrap after that. If you want to say something at this particular time, before the wrap up, want a new waiter or something like that.
Maybe we need to give the exact location of your cafe too.
Yeah, I was looking to come with
It's next to headquarters, hairdresser's carriage, just two doors away.
Near Shelby's.
Headquarters.
That's on the corner. Yes,
Shelby's are also not far, but
Brownson's is next door, then Vacant Park, then Shelby's. Just drop all the leftovers to Shelby's. A couple of young guys in there appreciate it.
Yeah, there's a couple of them munching their way through. Desperate need of a feed, so they can fill out their jeans on the way home.
Yeah. The guy that does my hair is living off 2-minute noodles. He's saving to move away.
Is it an exchange? Do they give them food and they cut it here?
No, I should mention that. I should do something like that.
Do you have a lot of leftovers?
On Fridays, sometimes we do.
That's where we're going, Nathan, on Friday.
Yeah, we do discounts on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Just to get rid of it. We can't be 7 days because I need Sunday off. And then Saturdays we've always got functions or sports.
So you are not open on Saturdays and Sundays? Oh, okay.
Sometimes I think that's better because it creates a demand during the week.
Yeah, hopefully it creates.
I know at garden centres, as soon as we open 7 days a week, we just got the same income.
It doesn't matter, we can go whenever.
Yeah. But you've got to be good to get people in for that 4 to 5 days.
Thank you very much for coming. I asked you, I don't know how many times.
7 days out.
Probably a year.
We don't do a split shift. We kind of start like at lunch and finish like at 9 p.m. sort of thing.
9 p.m. Wow, that's it. Your cafe finishes at 9 p.m.
No, weddings on Saturdays.
Weddings. Yeah. Because I think that you work from 11 till 4 or something, till 2.
7 or 8 in the morning till ish.
Yeah, it's good to start early because I remember when you started, you were not open in the morning.
Yeah, when we first opened, we were 7:30 till 4, but there was just no demand
Oh, really?
till like 10 till 2. So we were just like, so much wages for no reason.
That's, yeah. It could be quite expensive, isn't it?
It can be. If you have a slow day, you still got to pay everybody. So
I know, I paid my
tricky.
staff member.
Yeah.
Don't know. It's quite a very quiet song.
Yeah, this is quite a commercial one. I
Yeah.
didn't want anything too like intrusive on the radio.
Yeah, we can't do
mellow
explicit,
songs.
explicit language or something like that.
Didn't want to have people changing channel.
In terms of word punk, I was a punk rocker.
Yeah, they're nothing
Late
like punk.
70s, no.
Nothing like punk.
Hence the word dark.
Yeah.
Did you have long hair, Michael?
I once had, and then I cut it
Mohawk.
off spike.
Must have a mohawk at some
My
point.
hair went down to
Oh,
the
wow.
So what
And
was
then-
the punk style?
little spikes.
Was it?
And the only time I wore earrings was razor blade earrings.
Yeah.
Like,
I
he
went
said
to
mohawk.
into a party, and this guy grabbed me, hey man, are they real? And I didn't know you're supposed to put sellotape over the edges. And he sliced his fingers.
Maybe you should have just asked if they were real
Yeah.
instead of pulling on them.
So it was one of the two signs that God didn't need me to be a punk rocker. So I stopped shaving and let the hair grow again.
It must have been right for the time, man.
Yeah, wore plastic bags, did t-shirts, and
I have to say one of my favorite styles has always been a faux hawk,
All
which
right,
is if you don't know, it's a mohawk, but without the completely shaved side.
all right.
And a very
Modern
fashionable,
style.
very modern.
I'm in
God,
the
I'm
London
encircled
punks with
by
the big
punks.
spike. Yeah.
Only all is normal and
The punks in London basically used to bust just showing off their hair.
Oh, yeah.
Styles and drop
seen
money.
that.
Yeah.
Now, they say it's quite tall and it's all done with
And then
yeah.
Morris dance was a punk. Morris dance side from Bristol.
right. Thank you very much for being with us. It is Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. It is Olena Williams, Michael Self, and Ann Bates, determined foodie, the owner of ABC Catering, Antsnacks, the bar, and Antsnacks, the food truck. Few words from our sponsors, the Area 41. They have a red offering during weekends, so please go and enjoy the bottomless lunch. Bookings are essential. Please contact them through their website and their socials. Also ask them about their cocktail list and their sommelier about their wine choices. It is amazing. All right, it is the end of the show. We're going to take some
I've got to
selfies.
come in here with two little questions, please. What was the soccer result for you today?
We lost 3-2, but we played really, really well. We played a new team, got a few like little 15, 16-year-olds. So yeah, we played like completely grown men who played together a long time. So yeah, it was a good result for us, really. First game of the season.
Beautiful. And exactly where are you on Devon Street?
We're on 41 Devon Street East.
Awesome. So we're going to take some selfies and post them on Instagram. And please switch on 100.4 FM every Saturday at 4 p.m. Bye-bye, my good materials. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah, we'll see you next time round.
Thank you. Awesome.